Hi everyone, this is Christine. I wanted to make you aware of some changes that have occurred in VoiceThread, both since our Blackboard update and migration to the cloud, and from VoiceThread itself. Just a few quick changes that I want to point out that change the look a little bit of VoiceThread, but also some functionality that you might want to make your students aware of as well. So a couple things. We can still get to VoiceThread in the same way, the Tools menu. Go to VoiceThread, add your link, your instructions, whether or not you're going to grade it or not down here, and then submit. I'm working in the self-paced VoiceThread workshop. If you ever want to be added to that, let me know. So I'm going to go down here and find my new VoiceThread link. So here's one, new VoiceThread link. When I click on this, you will notice that the launch screen is different now. That has been a change that we've made with the Blackboard migration. Diane DC added a different look to the launch screen for us. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is that VoiceThread has now opened in its own window. So here's my Blackboard course, and when I clicked on the launch button, it opened its new window. Now because I'm creating a new VoiceThread link, I need to select whether I'm going to use an individual view or a course view. I'm going to go ahead and do an individual view. And as usual, I get all of my voice threads, and then I can also create a new voice thread. So these are your voice threads that you can select from. This is all still the same. I do want to show you a couple of features that are in VoiceThread. Let me see. I think I'm going to do that by creating a new voice thread. So one new feature that VoiceThread has added is in media sources. Now most often if you have students do presentations or add content to VoiceThread, they might be taking a document from their computer. However, VoiceThread has now added a link to Google Drive in the media sources. They can also go, has been there, but I wanted to remind you that they could also pull from a previous VoiceThread as well. But I think this link to Google Drive is really helpful for students who may have put a lot of their content in Google Drive, presentations, images, documents that they have links in. So I just wanted to let you know this is there so that students can go and grab from there if needed. I'm going to go ahead and update and add an image really quick here. So I'm just giving it a title while VoiceThread is loading it. And this is all still the same as usual. One new feature I want to show you is in the commenting section. So when I comment, for example, if I leave a text comment, I type my comment, I save. You will now notice that when you hover over this, students have the options to make the text larger or smaller. And this is another nice accessibility feature so that if people need to see this being larger, they just keep clicking on it and it's bigger. As usual, a previous piece was this plus or minus button to make the image larger and smaller. Very nice for folks who may have vision issues or just, have older eyes like myself and need to read things bigger. Another new feature is the ability to speed up or slow down the playback on a VoiceThread slide. So that is here by this 1x. I think that's really helpful, again, for students who may need that feature. Another thing to be mindful of is when I go ahead and share this with the class by clicking this button. So I click Share with Class and then I repeat it. Because VoiceThread has opened in a new window, and this will happen to students as well, this return to course is a little misleading because you're not actually returning to your course, you're returning to the launch page in Blackboard. To actually get back to the Blackboard course, you go back to the window you were in. So I wanted to point that out because it's a little, it's just a bit of a tricky piece in terms of returning to the course. It's much more straightforward when you launch from VoiceThread because you go right to your link, the window opens. But I just wanted to point that out so you will know what students will see. Another issue I would like to point out is that VoiceThread has gone to an HTML5 standard, and that means they used to use Flash Player, and occasionally Flash Player would just not work with the new HTML5 standard that is part of the programming language of web browsers. So what you need to know is that there are browsers that work well with VoiceThreads and there are browsers that do not. I recommend that you use Chrome and Firefox. And again, this is important to let your students know. If you try to go into Explorer, for example, which I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to go to VoiceThread. I'll have to log in because it won't recognize me since I was in another browser. Okay, here are my voice threads. When I click on one to play, notice that I get this message. This browser does not support HTML5. Please try using Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. So that's what your students will see and what you might see as well if you try using a browser that is not one of these two. What I'm happy to do for you is put any instructional material into your courses for you that you might require to give students these tips. I have a set of material that I've been using with other courses that I'm happy to do for you, and I will include images such as this so that students can see the message in advance and know what they might encounter. So that's just a quick update. I know it took me 7 or 8 minutes to say so. However, please contact me if you need assistance in updating your course with VoiceThreads or just want to chat more about it. Take care. Bye-bye.